It's Friday, grinders. Let's go. Let's do this.
Mr. Yellow Chair.
That the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but they see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.
What's up, grinders? How's everybody doing out there? It's been a rough week, everybody. Been a rough week. Well, we're here. It's Friday, so at least we got that, right? It's the end of the work week. It's been a crazy week, and yeah, it's not been super pleasant. Gaming wise though, like I'm looking forward to play Tekken 8. I'm gonna be playing that tonight. But yeah, so as you can see from the title, and I'm sure everybody heard about it, massive layoffs over at Microsoft. The majority have affected the Activision Blizzard dudes and people over there. So we're gonna break it down. There's definitely a lot of stuff still coming out about it, about people that lost their jobs, and it's really unfortunate on there. And we're gonna definitely talk about it. And I got a couple of little videos that nobody's seems to be focusing on, which I'm surprised about, but that's why you come here to the Gaming Grindhouse, for the insides of all Phil Ness. But anyway, shout out to everybody coming on in here. Hit that like button as you come in here. Jeff B Gaming, Ice Queen, what's up? Wonka DB, how you doing? Cosmic Hero, yo. James Williams, T Harris, what's up? For Brizzle, How you doing? Panic Go. Stop enough, he says. Oh my goodness. Let's do this. Geo knows gaming. How you doing, man? Some good things. Wild Wolf putting those gears in the chat. Yo, what's up, G Soam? How you doing? Shadow Link. How's everybody? How you doing? I know, Richard Farmer. I think a lot of us kind of seen this stuff. And yeah, I've been laid off and all this stuff with mergers. And I kind of explained a lot of these things. Like a lot of these things were the same, when you have all this overhead and stuff like that. But one of the things here, and I just want to preface the whole thing, is that here we're not, people lost their jobs. It's the beginning of the year. That's horrible. Hopefully they find new jobs. There's a lot of people to lay off, and that's on top of everything else that's going on in the industry. A lot of stuff going on with the tech sector and a lot of layoffs there. And it sucks, especially at the beginning of the year. You want to start the new year fresh, and you start off and you have to look for a job. It sucks. And I wish to them. And the major thing here is that I'm really gonna go after is how the executives cashed out, and that really ticks me off because I know it's business, but like that's the thing that we're gonna focus on here. Because this is not people lost their jobs. This is I told you so's now. But the fact that all these head honchos made all these decisions that affected all these people, that's always the problem. It's the businesses. It's the massive. It's the executives. It's the heads of the table. Those are the people that deserve the smoke. And that's the thing that I want to talk about. Because that's the main thing. And also, one of the things that came out from this whole layoff thing majorly here was who was let go? And it really begs the question of the title of this video. What is the future with this deal? We spent over a year and a half talking about this massive $70 billion deal. Did Microsoft even know what to do with them? The ink wasn't even wet from the Bethesda deal. Why were they going around grabbing that Kotick, which, oh man, that bastard, and buying this when they'd even sort out what they were going to do with Bethesda or the studios they bought in 2018. Now, you got this whole company and you just started 3 months in and we're already seeing what they may be doing with this company, with Activision. It sucks. And it's mismanagement to the nth degree. Because I never thought that this whole deal, as much as you could call it a hater or whatever, I never thought that this deal was being done for strategic positioning. I didn't think so at all. It was desperation because they were willing to do whatever they wanted to do to get. They sold the cloud to Ubisoft. That's how desperate they were to get this past regulators. They gave their games to Nvidia. Xbox wasn't even part of their conversation. They just said to everybody, just take everything. We don't care. Just let this deal go through. For what? Better for everyone, they said. Is it? I did owe somebody, SNK Kev 411 did a super chat of $2 at the end of the last video on Wednesday. And I wanted to just read it off because I forgot to. And he goes, that's Kim Jong-Phil for you Xbox fans. Oh my goodness. So what a start over there. But shout out to SNK. Thank you. I want to make sure I read off your super chat from the last show. And here comes the second one. Cosmic Hero 270. Thank you so much for the 20. He goes, Jez, at work, but just want to say we're watching the end of Microsoft in gaming. It's friggin' sad. Devs get booted, but Phil gets to keep his stupid job. Fanboys were warned, and now they're nowhere to be found after this. And thank you so much, Cosmic Hero. And you're right. Like, what is the plan? What is the future of this deal? What is this? And the moves that were made in this, and that's the thing I want to look at, is more of like, who was let go? What is the positioning? Like some people were saying about the physical games and all this other stuff. And listen to this discussion. What's up, Kratos? And the discussions just 2 months ago and how ambitious they were with this, and it's all smoke up her ass. And I got the video. Oh man, nobody's brought this up. I've been checking Twitter. Your mouths are gonna hit the floor when you see the video that I'm gonna show. So hit that like button. You're gonna be ready. You're not gonna be ready for this one. Wait to the video. And I think once you hit play, you'll know what it is, but nobody has brought it up. I haven't seen it, at least. So I think I'm exclusive. No, not exclusive. It's everywhere, but I'll show it to you. Now, let's just say, I want to say something here. Who says somebody said something? But yeah, I got a couple of things here to show. So just to recap of what has happened here. So this is what happened. The Verge was the first to report it yesterday, right? So you're going to hit that wait 1 second. We'll move this. I got to move these screens around here. Sorry about that. Shout out to everybody coming on in. Yeah, it's afternoon, Friday afternoon. Come on in. Oh, I got a couple of nice new sound clips. Everybody's gonna like those. Tell me when you hear them. Surprise you. So, The Verge reported this yesterday. So, lays off 1,900 Activision, Blizzard, and Xbox employees. This layoff. Oh, I read it, SN. Sorry, SNK. Yeah, I read that off. I just read it off about 5 minutes ago. You must have just missed it. Sorry, man. That's Kim Jong-Phil for you Xbox fans. There you go. I read it again. You got a double shout out. Thank you so much, SNK. So, lays off 1,900 Activision, Blizzard, and Xbox employees. And look at the first thing right there. Blizzard president Mike Ybarra has also decided to leave. And they canceled the Blizzard survival game that's been in development for about over 6 years. Now, this was a direct layoff. So, if you remember, they laid off about 10,000 people last year. And they were, all over the place. Some affected from Xbox, all over the place, over the company. This was specifically targeted at the Activision Blizzard, majority of Blizzard, and the Activision studios. And I'll show you what they have. But the president of Blizzard, Mike Ybarra, who used to work for Microsoft for over 20 years, left after Mixer, went to Blizzard, got promoted to president. I believe he got promoted right before the acquisition started, was promoted to president of Blizzard, and he has decided to leave. And according to Jason Schreier, he said that Mike Ybarra was spoken to about 2 months ago or so, and he said that he was going to have to be dragged out of Blizzard, and he was so excited to continue work with his Blizzard team. There was no inclination that he was planning to leave and travel the world, what he said. They laid off 16,000 people last year, Saber Zero says. Thank you for that clarification there. So, he left. So that already, I'm like, whoa, okay, so this is not just like duplicate staff, as some people will go, oh no, it's the HR department. No, it's not the HR department. These are the people you want there. This is the whole thing. When you go through acquisitions, talent is what you want to retain. You want the people that know what's going on to stick around, right? And help you continue the success that they were having prior to you acquiring them. You don't want to acquire somebody and then all of a sudden the talent pool, everything that they have done is gone. And that's the problem. And I remember when we were talking about the Bungie layoffs and the Bungie stuff, the main thing they wanted to do was the redundancy of that was after they laid off people, but they wanted to retain the talent. You want to retain the people to do that. Now they laid them off after probably they saw Last of Us Part 2, the refactions, and they, thank you for your services or whatever like that. But that was bad management too. What the hell was going on with Bungie? But coming back to this, the thing is if you look at this, you don't want the head of Blizzard to leave when you still got to run the company. He was walked out the door, they said. There's another thing I was thinking about. Listen, if we're going to talk about real, let's just talk about Ybarra for a second. If we're going to talk real about Ybarra, right? He worked for Microsoft for over 20 years. He quit that and went to Blizzard. Now Blizzard was acquired by Microsoft. don't you think he could resume his tenureship back at Microsoft and get a nice severance to be laid off? Did he really just say, maybe he don't qualify for that? I don't know the stipulations, but you would think if the company that you would have hired, you had tenureship there, maybe you could start tacking on the years back to it. I don't know. But you would want to be laid off, right? You would not want to quit. I don't know. He just sounded like he left, which that would show you how bad it is. And they canceled his game, which that's a problem for us. And if you remember, I went in on the whole Uncharted and Naughty Dog thing when they canceled the game. And when these things result in less stuff for us, that's a problem. And that's where it affects us, because now this is supposed to be better for us. And if you watch the video that I'm going to show, you're going to scratch your head going, that don't sound like what happened. But back to here. 22,000 are right here that they laid off last year. So here's the comment from Phil. It's been over a little 3 months since Activision Blizzard and King joined Microsoft. We move forward, and I haven't heard anything about King. What's up, Grinded? Yeah, what's up, DB? How you doing? Microsoft Gaming and Activision committed to aligning a strategy and execution plan with sustainable cost structure and to support the whole growing business. Together, we've set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensure that we're going to align on the best opportunities for growth. Growth. Okay. 1,900 people out of 22,000 people on the team. You're aligning for growth, your business growth, not the growth of the studios and the strength of these studios, but you're talking about growth of what? Game services? I guess that's what he's talking about, profit or whatever like that. He goes on to say, as part of the profits, yeah, okay. And then he goes here, the people who are directly impacted by these reductions have all played an important part in Activision Blizzard, ZeniMax, and the Xbox teams. So there must be some from ZeniMax as well. They should be proud of everything they accomplished. Basically, he's saying goodbye with them. Looking ahead, we continue to invest in the areas, because that's the question. What's the future here? We will continue to invest in the areas that will grow our business and support our strategy of bringing more games to more players around the world. And he canceled the game. So, yeah.
Philness.
Oh no! We suck again!
Okay, so he's bringing more games to more people and canceled Blizzard's game. All right, good job. Because that makes sense. Although this is a difficult moment for our team, I'm confident in your ability to do this. So alongside the layoffs, Mike Ybarra, president of Blizzard, decided to leave the company. As many as you know, Mike spent more than 20 years at Microsoft. Booty had a comment to make. Matt Booty had a comment to make. He had to say, he spoke to him, and Booty told, quote, that's Booty's quote. Booty's quote, that's fucking Booty quote. Here's your bars here. I want to thank everybody for impacting me today. Contributions to the team, to Blizzard, and to their lives. It's an incredibly hard day for the energy support. They basically dismantled this gentleman's team over at Blizzard, and he said, I'm out of here. And they dismantled everything that they've been working on. They canceled the game.
Ain't nobody got time
and
for
he
that.
said, I'm out of here. So, these layoffs add to, like I was mentioning before, about all this, the Google, Discord, Twitch, Unity, eBay, and I'm sure, unfortunately, there'll probably be more to come, later in this year, and we don't want to see it. And 10,000 employees last year. The software makers due to report their financial reports in there. Here's Booty's internal memo. And so, yeah, their fiscal year reports are going to be on Tuesday, and I think that's the first one they're going to show the benefits of Activision, right? WestCon, layoffs equal growth, canceling games equal more games for everyone. What exactly? I don't understand this whole thing, WestCon. Exactly. It makes so much sense. And wait till you see the video that I'm about to show now, because I think it's going to set the tone for what we're going to talk about here. And what happens next? This is the question of the show. Who's impacted given the challenges day ahead, set up work from home remotely? listen, Blizzard president will be announced next week. They're going to announce a new president. So, additionally, Alan Enheim, Blizzard's chief design officer, is leaving the company as one of Blizzard's co-founders. Alan has brought in the impact of Blizzard and his influence to be felt for years to come, both directly and indirectly, as he plans to continue mentoring young designers. So, they lost their chief design officer, their president. Add that to the list of Pete Hines leaving, one for ZeniMax. The heart and soul of these companies, the major people are leaving or being let go. And I'm calling all this right now. We're going to talk about why I think this is happening. So, business as usual, keep on going. So now that was the announcement. Then more details surfaced about who's leaving, who lost their jobs. And as we found out more of it, this was the most surprising thing, what made me question what's going on here. So this now from Charlie Intel, where the hell did that go? There we go. As more details come out, here's the one from Charlie Intel. Sledgehammer Games lost 30% of their staff. High Moon Studios lost 10% of their staff. Toys for Bob, the company that was supposed to revive Banjo, according to fans, 30% of their staff gone. Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Raven, Solid State Studios, Beanox, and Demonware had layoffs as well. Every Call of Duty team had a reduction in staff. Every Call of Duty team had a reduction in staff. Not to mention the reductions to Blizzard. They also lost the co-founder of, I believe, Treyarch. He left as well. Internal sources and contacts. So those may not be official, but that's what Charlie Intel is talking from their internal sources, from what they're seeing there. 40% of the people there. Then we have more information on the game that was canceled. Bloomberg followed up on the game, because that matters us. Bloomberg's Blizzard Survival Game Odyssey details. It was in development for 6 years. A team of more than 100 people developed it. Started in Unreal Engine, switched to Blizzard's engine Synapse due to technical issues. Rust Minecraft like up to 100 players. Devs hope Microsoft will let them get back to Unreal. It was years away from completion, hopes of targeting a 2026 release, but even that seemed very optimistic. So they said canceled. So that's the game that was canceled for Blizzard, working on that. Outsourced, I know, mods. So let's get into just what happened a couple of months ago and how to get here, because that's what we do, right? Now that we know what we know today, let's go see what was 2 months ago. This infamous picture. They had this, Ybarra, Booty, our good friend, Lulu. Where's Lulu? Lulu. Lulu didn't have anything to say about this. Lulu had nothing to say. She cashed out. And Big Booty Bobby, nothing to say. But now that we know this was 2 months ago at Blizzard campus, celebrating with the Blizzard team. But wait, that wasn't enough. Phil Spencer can't just do this. Phil Spencer has to go the extra. He has to move extra. Hit that like button, grinders. The video is coming. He can't just do this and take pictures and hug grandmas and hug staff like the president going, I hear you, I hear you. No. Phil Ness needs to do more. He needs his reaction. Phil has to do more than this. He can't just go over there and do this. He needs to do something more. Because he's not done with just showing up, smiling, talking. Oh, I hear myself. Let's get to 100. I'm going to show the video. Let's get those 100 likes, grinders. Let's go. That video's coming because there's more to the Phil Ness. But it is a shame. They went there, and pretended there was a positive future for this company. Went there. I can't imagine the lies that was spewed. Oh, yes, we're going to work on that. And all of a sudden, New Year's came, and they came with the friggin' smackdown. Corporations. This is what they do. Smile. Oh, I'm here to visit the Blizzard campus. Oh, he's touring. I remember just during this time, he toured the mall. He went to King, taking pictures over there. Oh, we own you now. Like he went over there. And meanwhile, probably over there in the back of his head, he's sitting there going, oh, yeah, that's a wrap. We're going to drop that thing. Yeah, boom. Okay, we're going to cancel that. Oh, yeah, I saw that yesterday. And oh, yeah. He went in there like a friggin' spy. These visits, when everybody thought that he was hugging grandmas and kissing babies, Phil Spencer went in there and was looking at their work and going, oh, what? What's that? Whoa. How much? How many people are working on this thing right here? Oh, we got about 100 people working on this project. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. And he goes back to Microsoft and Satya. He goes, yeah, we're nixing that. Goddamn Phil Ness spy went over there hugging everybody. The fakeness. That drives me crazy. The fakeness of these executives to pretend that they care. But it's all about the business. And I read a tweet yesterday that I thought was very, very telling about this whole thing. The tweet said, Microsoft is buying these publishers for what they have done and not what they're going to do. They're buying them for what their IP is, where it is, what it means, and not for what they're going to do next. And I thought that was a really interesting tweet that I read. Is because that's basically what they did with Minecraft. They bought Mojang for what they did. Have they evolved Mojang into doing anything else? Have they nurtured and cultured them at all? They've done nothing with Minecraft. They put some failed games of legends and dungeons after years of owning them and just having content updates. Still can't even deliver 4K Minecraft at all. What did they do to Minecraft? They bought it for what it was. Not for Mojang's next project. Not for Mojang's next big thing. You listen to Booty's interview about Hellblade. If they just do what they did before, we'll be happy. So why I see these sales pitches of we're buying them to make them better. Microsoft money is going to make people better. It's like the Goldfinger. But we have said here before, all it is the booty finger. That's all it is. When Booty comes and hits you with that whiff, you're done. Because Booty has explained multiple times what his job is. Booty, play it for those in the back, please. Booty, tell us what you do here.
That you point out of where is there healthy tension and where is it sort of natural for things.
Let's see what the guy's question was before.
People like Mark and all the time, all of our first party studios. So things can really impact a game.
When is a project in trouble? And if your overall lesson is any game is one compile away from a disaster, do you feel like you have an internal gut reaction now? Or what are the telltale signs? Like, what are you looking for to tell this is just normal trouble development versus this is a dumpster on fire?
Yeah, it is one of the things that I love about game development, it is the intersection of technology and creativity. And things will get messy in there. You know, creativity is not a neat, orderly process always, right? Making art, creating things that are new, innovating, I think by definition, you know, think of just picture, you know, a painter in a studio. You know, it's not going to be this neat, orderly drafting table all the time, right? And so I think that what I can, where I can add value to the teams is mostly just what I've seen and the experience that I've had, mostly of seeing where things can go wrong and having a sense of that difference that you point out of where is there healthy tension and where is it sort of natural for things to be a little unorganized and messy versus where is there something systemic, where are we missing resources, you know, where is a team kind of getting bad direction? And I think it's not any magical crystal ball. I think it just comes down to having seen a lot of scenarios play out and having a sense of, I've seen this before, maybe we ought to pause and just make sure we're on the right track.
When you do that pause, like what plays are in your playbook? Are you saying, all right, this seems like a good opportunity, get the team together, have one huge meeting, make sure everyone's on the same page, or what are your go-to prescriptions for these situations?
Hot cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, you know, these days, I really, it's the studio heads and really the executive producers and the team leads that really are having those meetings. I mean, if you think about a game like Minecraft, which ships on, you know, 24 platforms, does 21 updates a year, a game like that, there are people managing everything from the movie that we have in the works all the way to our relationship with Lego, to people that deal with Sony.
Wait, did he just say there's a Minecraft movie? What is this movie?
Stop! Enough!
What is this?
Stop!
Wait, where's this movie?
Enough!
It's a movie? Did I miss something? Was there a movie?
Stop! Enough! Stop! Enough! Stop! Stop! Enough! On their little goo gaga.
What movie are they talking about? What movie he's talking about? What movie, Booty? What movie? Wait, there's a movie? I missed that part. There's a freaking movie?
And where is it sort of natural for things to be a little unorganized and messy versus where is there something systemic?
Wait, Booty, where's that movie again? Hold on, we just breaking news, man. Do you hear this first? There's a Minecraft movie coming. Dude, did this interview freaking 4 years ago. There's a Minecraft movie coming.
Once a month. And it's very rare that, you know, that these days I get involved. Mostly what I try to do to be helpful is to really just ask, you know, where are there alignment problems? I think it's my job to set what the high level goals are, that what we're trying to accomplish as first party.
Scoping.
And if something is feeling a little bit off the rails, what can I do to provide clarity about what we're trying to accomplish, to let the team know that they're supported and we're here to give resources. And then also sometimes just to provide a little bit of outside perspective.
Some coffee,
I have the privilege of being
coffee.
Allowed to get very close to the game teams, but at the same time, my role is really more about trying to stay in orbit as opposed to, you know, down there on the ground getting in the way. So,
of course, we don't want Booty in our way. You hear what his job is. He is scoping, the scope man, constraint, scoping. You've been scoped by Booty. Colonoscopy coming to your house. You've been scoped by the Booty. He coming. He's the scoper. He is the smart. He's Phil's right-hand ass. That's what he is. He is, do you know how the hand of the king in Game of Thrones, the king's hand? Booty's the king's ass. That's exactly who he is. The king's ass. He goes back, he spies, he sniffs around, stinks up the place, pretends to be a barista. Pretends to be a barista and offer you 2 creams and 1 sugar, but don't take a sip because Booty got your ass. He is scoping everybody. He's telling you wait a second. I got an inside knowledge. Grinders, I got inside knowledge of a booty interview. All right, this is what happened.
Stop. Enough.
Stop it. Stop it. Please don't say it, he's saying.
Stop. Enough.
No, we're doing this booty drop right now. I'm telling you right now, Booty goes in there. He goes like this with shit finger. Comes in there. Here's your cup of coffee, sir. Thank you, Mr. Booty. 2 creams, 1 sugar. Okay, thank you, Mr. Booty. All right, Mr. Booty. Why don't you tell me what you're working on, son? Well, I have 5 biomes, and I have all these animations and third person, and I wanna really add a new voice actor to here. I'm really doing this incredible, very ambitious project. I think the 5 biomes will really extend the thing. Booty comes in there and he goes like this. He goes,
Stop. Enough.
Wait, I heard something. Whoa. Okay, I'm here. I hope you enjoy your coffee. We gotta scope this down. I come in here with shit finger. He put shit finger on. He goes, wait, 5 biomes? 5? No. Scope it down. We need, how about we'll do 1 biome? Maybe 2. You know what? I think we start with 1. No 5. Scope it down. We could ship the other ones later on. We'll promise 5 biomes, but we'll only ship 2 because I'll probably cancel support for the game halfway through, so we'll get 2 out the door. We'll promise 5 because people will like that in the beginning. Look like we have a roadmap, but we're only going to do 2. All right, but we'll mix it out of a 6 months. So scope it down for Game Pass. We got to scope it, and then you said you're trying to do third person with all animation. No, that's a lot. And a voice actor. We got AI. Don't let the AI do it. We don't need a voice actor. We don't need to hire them. Scope it down. 1 biome. We'll do it in first person, so all you got to do is animate the hands. Don't worry about the body, and we'll do it down perfect. Take that big bug. We don't have that. What? Oh, it's $10,000 to make. No. Scope it. No. Phil wants $2,000. Make it work. $2,000. I'm here. I'm scoping. That is. Don't take my word for it. Take it from the asshole right here.
Do you ever?
Yeah, that's how we approach it.
Yeah, not interfere.
See, exactly. He confirmed. That's how he approaches it. Booty, why don't you tell them exactly what scoping is?
And where is it sort of natural for things to be a little unorganized and messy versus...
Booty, I want to hear more about scoping because this is what he does, everybody.
And then also sometimes just to provide a little bit of outside perspective.
Outside perspective. What does Big Daddy Phil want? The king's ass has to tell Phil's like, Booty, get your ass out there. Tell them to scope that shit because I do not want to see $100 million. I don't want to see a $100,000 game. It needs to be scoped. We're giving it for $15 a month here. Scope that shit, Booty. Get out there. You rang. There he goes. Scoping.
Just make sure we're on the right track.
When you
visual effects world and has made its way to games, and the happened because those studios happened to be at a point, and they're Noah, who works the option to publish games.
And I knew something was up here because we've heard the Booty scoping before. He likes constraint.
Like for Outer Worlds, I'd imagine you're planning an Outer Worlds 2 being like a big Microsoft exclusive moving into the future as well then?
Yeah, I think that'd be that kind of game. And I from what we've seen of Outer Worlds, my hope is that that's something that we can build and that it really becomes, an enduring franchise and it really starts to grow and that we can. I think it'd be great if we can now just take those folks and now that they don't have to worry about.
Do you feel like Microsoft would have been just as interested if Hellblade didn't perform the way it did?
Well, I think Hellblade is a great thing to point out as an example because it is just a great example of the kind of game that we are looking for from the studios that we've acquired recently, which they're not going to be 90-hour AAA games, but what they are going to be are things that are super well crafted that will have as close to AAA production values as we get, but we're going to scope them so that they can be done well by a smaller studio. So I think, to me, the magic of Hellblade is how well it was built, how compelling its story was, but it is a masterful bit of design constraint and scoping so that what
Scope
it does really well. And it's, it's not a 100-hour game, but the 10 to 15 hours gameplay that it is really, really well done. And so I think for us, it was more of a test case of, hey, if we were to acquire Ninja Theory and they were to just continue shipping games of the quality and scope of Hellblade, would we consider that a success? And the answer is yes. And I think that where that helps our strategy is when you think about something like Game Pass, where
pause it right there. Their strategy when you think of something like Game Pass. So this is before they went on and bought publishers, everybody. Remember? This is before they bought publishers. But that whole approach of scoping and constraint, their strategy is because of Game Pass. So when you hear everything going into Game Pass, why all of a sudden they're not scoping anymore? Why all of a sudden constraint and all this stuff, big budget gaming, big AAA titles, oh, that don't work anymore. It's all going into Game Pass. He says that's why.
Where people are subscribing and they really want to know that there's, hey, what's next? I'm going to play this. What's coming up?
Scope.
Those kinds of games are great.
Snackable.
And they're things that fit perfectly in between our bigger AAA releases.
Yeah, the bigger AAA releases, which happen to have I'm sorry's behind it, and we'll fix it later.
Know that Hellblade was the pivot point, but it certainly was a great example or test case to prove out, what we're looking for when we acquire a studio.
So there still are.
Boom. So see, that's the reason why he's there. And the thing is what caught me by surprise in this whole thing is when they acquire these publishers, right? I got the Minecraft movie plug. Dude, I don't know what's going on with that Minecraft movie.
We've got, I will say, once a week, once a month.
He's working on the movie.
Has just had exposure to so many.
Anyway, he's working on the movie. But one of the things I wanted to bring up is that he is working to bring down the scoping and focus, he said in the studios. Well, when I saw that Matt Booty got promoted and he now oversees all of ZeniMax and he sees all of Activision. Remember, we thought that they were going to function in tiers, right? There was going to be Microsoft Game Studios, then Microsoft Gaming is going to be over Activision, ZeniMax, and Microsoft Game Studios. And Booty was going to oversee Game Studios, and they were going to have each of the tiers work under Microsoft Gaming. Well, that didn't happen when they did the restructuring at the end of last year. At the end of last year, they moved Sarah Bond into Xbox, and they moved Matt Booty to executive VP or whatever, and he got to oversee ZeniMax and Activision, Blizzard King. So Matt Booty sees over all of it. And think about it from a corporate perspective. You have this guy that is looking at a whole entire publisher that contains a bunch of studios making games. You got Activision covering all of Activision, Blizzard, and King under him. Then you have him watching all the games under ZeniMax and all their studios. And then he still has to go make a little drive down to Double Fine and check out what they're doing and knock on Ninja Theory's door. How do you go from this macro and micro management from going from a studio like Double Fine and seeing what they're working on to then going and managing all the game portfolio over ZeniMax and Activision Blizzard King? He's under all of it. As soon as I saw that, I said, we are in trouble. Because that doesn't seem like they want them to function independently. Because if you remember, when ZeniMax was purchased, it was like, oh, Bethesda's going to publish their own games. Bethesda's going to publish their own games. They're going to be an arm within Microsoft portfolio as a big publisher. No, they're not. Phil Spencer's the head and Matt Booty's the ass that's covering all three of them. Corporate structure there. That is the corporate structure that they got going on there. How is that effective management? I don't know how. Where's the Xbox reorganization? Booty promoted. And I think they have a Somebody has it. Where is it? Yeah, Microsoft reorganized the gaming leadership. Boom. See? And when did this happen? When did this happen? This happened October 26th. October 26th, this occurred. They finalized their Activision Blizzard for $69 billion. Then Microsoft is reorganizing its gaming leadership. Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, promoted to president of game content and studios. This means Matt Booty now oversees Xbox Game Studios, ZeniMax Media, and Bethesda, while ZeniMax is still being run as limited integration, but he also got put over Activision as well. Sarah Bond got put over to Xbox hardware, oversees hardware and business strategies, which, by the way, another person that kind of in the fallout of this whole, all these layoffs and stuff, another person, we just found out, somebody just shared this with me, I think Twisted, I gotta get his super chat here. Twisted Sync goes, seeing this picture, Twisted Sync with the two, what happened to my thing? Oh, there it is. This photo makes me sick to my stomach. That whole getting these people riled up and hoping, knowing in a few months that you're probably going to lay a majority of them off and cancel projects. I know. I don't like that corporate crap. And the fact that I didn't even get on the rant about how Big Booty Bobby cashed his ass out. Listen. Let me finish this one thought before I get into that one. Let me finish this one thought before I get into that one, because I got something to say about that. Again, this is about the executives cashing out and taking advantage of I get pissed. Goddamn businesses. So one of the things too, I'm going to get on that one, and then we're going to show the video, because I saw everybody's ready to see that video. Twisted, if you think that makes you upset, you're not going to want to see this video that I got. Where was the thing I wanted to talk about here? So this just happened here, because another part of this layoff thing, the layoffs, was that Microsoft apparently closed their whole physical group, that physical media group for making physical games, printing physical games, making physical things like that. In addition, just found this out today. David 8K Pren. So who is he? Loved every minute. Can't wait to see where you go from here. Click on his name. He's the partner of hardware at Xbox. Developed the Elite Controller Series 1 and 2 and just launched his newest Project Scarlet Series X. Hardware, guys. The partner of hardware is gone. Developed the Elite controllers and Scarlet. Project Scarlet, which is the Series X. The Series X. Then, on top of that, they apparently also let go of their entire physical media group. Microsoft, where is it? It's over here. Why is this acting like this? Not that. Well, it's over here. This side. Twitter's not being friendly today. Twitter's not being friendly. Microsoft is laying off the entire physical game department at Microsoft. And that kind of goes with Xbox may get away of physical releases. Well, apparently that whole physical game department at Xbox is also going. Remember, these layoffs affected directly the gaming division. It wasn't Surface. It wasn't Bing. It wasn't Windows. It wasn't their hardware team that makes the cameras and keyboards and stuff. This is directly all of gaming. The thing that's the worst in their numbers. When they show their numbers, it's always the thing that's the minus. Year over year, hardware down, content and services down. This year, it might be up because now they're adding Activision in there. And maybe the numbers weren't as high as they wanted. It's interesting that they did this right before they're going to announce their quarterly earnings. But I think it's going to be increased because they had high expectations. They thought it was going to be, in triple digits or double digits, apparently, because it's going to factor in all of Activision Call of Duty sales. into their content and services. And then they bottom dollared their console as well. So hopefully their year over year is in the positive in hardware because they sold their console for cheap ass prices during the holiday. And they also had Activision Blizzard game Call of Duty selling for content and services. So that is going to increase that finally, hopefully next week when they go announce their quarterly earnings. But physical stuff is going away. And I think, I understand that stores are pulling out as well. But if your competition is going to release more hardware and they're going to keep having that, and you have no store presence at all at retail, you are going to become a dream. You're already kind of on the low end of irrelevancy right now of being relevant. But dude, if you are nowhere to be found, if you pull all your hardware out of these stores and at least Sony and Nintendo have a little bit there, and the green representation is what, a wall of cards, it's going to look like you're going out of business if you go into retail. And you want to know what? I'm going to tell you another thing too. I went over to a Best Buy yesterday and they had a whole revamp now. It looks like what Best Buy is going to turn into. And they got a lot more appliances, a lot more electric devices, almost like a Sears, but more electronics driven. And I was like, oh, this is a nice store layout. And I don't know if other Best Buys are going to do that. And I don't know if you've seen that, but they have like a whole appliance. Like they got a lot more of like electronic appliance stuff. More so than this. And there's still a physical presence there. You go in there looking for other things like a washing machine and shit like that, and you walk by and you see the place, you see some sort of visual representation of hardware. Nintendo's going to have Switches in the stores. Switch 2. PlayStation's going to have Pros in the stores. What are you going to have? A wall of cards? Is this what Xbox is going to become in the stores? Like this? Like they got to get rid of them all. But you being the first one out of there and the other two going to stick around, I just think that's messed up. But that's their push. They want to go to digital, not owning your stuff. Go to subscribing. They want to get rid of that tangible stuff that everybody loves. All that stuff, that tangible stuff that's selling that people want to see. They want to get rid of that. They want to just be this ambiguous kind of subscription thing. Yeah, Best Buy in the future won't be selling games. I don't know, man. They're going to be selling washing machines. But even if there's opportunities for, I'm just saying what there's, even if there's opportunities, if you're walking in the store and you see some sort of visual hardware, things like that, at least it's exposure in the store rather than having nothing. So I don't know what their replacement is, but I just think by then just getting rid of all their hardware, they're kind of prematurely doing it. I don't know, man. I think it's a little too early, especially if these other two are going to be releasing more hardware out in the open. You're going to become like a wall of cards. Hey, good luck. It's your funeral. It is what it is. You want to be out there first, all digital world, and enjoy. And I know that's where it's going. Like, I'm sure Sony and Nintendo are going to do it. But if they're not doing it the same time as you, and you're the first one out, that's what I'm talking about. Put the toasters in there and the refrigerators. Oh, shit. Do all that stuff. But now, let's go to the video that I got. So, as I'm what is this? Hold the phone. Uh-oh, I don't know if I can. What is this thing? Hold on, I'm reading something that just came through. CMC with cement. Yeah, King didn't get touched at all, right? King wouldn't take all. King I didn't see anything with King. But yeah, let's go. And no, I got one more little thing for you with Bobby on here. Oh man, $19 here from Super Nifty Susie. I was laid off from ABK Should I focus on finding a wealthy man and settling down? I'm 30 years old. Well, I'm sorry if you really lose your job. Sorry about that. And focus on finding a man. I don't know, gentlemen in the grindhouse. This is not the Bachelor grindhouse. So,
Mr. Yellow Chair.
Stop. Enough.
but well, for that, but I'm gonna play you. You know what? I'll give you a song. Let's go. We're gonna do a song. King wasn't touched, but booty. We're gonna talk about Big Booty Bobby in the house. Big Booty Bobby, cashed out.
Let me see that booty drop.
Let's talk about Big Booty Bobby.
Booty drop.
All right, Big Booty Bobby. Then we do video. Listen, if you recall, let's see if I could find the video. Protesters. If you remember, this was the Washington Post of November 2021. Find this. Hit the like, because we're going into this. Over 100 Activision Blizzard employees stage walkout, demand the CEO step down. November 16th, 2021, Kotick's ass was getting roasted for knowing about the harassment that was going on at the company, the Bachelor house mentality, or whatever they wanted to call it, over at Blizzard, all the stuff going on. He knew it all. They wanted him gone. Statements from Sony and from Microsoft going, Sony's like, we do not want to work with this. We're going to have to rethink our strategy. Phil Spencer said it himself. We need to rethink our strategy working with them, but he wasn't condemning them. Sony did. Sony's like, we don't want to work with that until they sort themselves out. This was November 16th, and instead, what Phil did was he saw this article, and he put on his suit. He went over in his car, and he drove over there to Big Booty Bobby and said, I hear you want to be sold, because dude was trapped in an office. Big Booty Bobby was trapped in a friggin' office with the Blizzard and Activision employees banging on the door, wanting his ass out. Roast his ass. And he's on the phone with the people banging at his door. He's trying to call. It's like, somebody buy us. We want to sell. Somebody buy us. We got Call of Duty. We got Crash. Somebody. He's like, get on the phone. Big Booty Bobby. I was there. I heard that son of a bitch. I heard Big Booty Bobby. Booty Bobby was on the phone. He's like this. He's like, somebody buy us. Somebody. I want to sell. They want my ass out. They're on his door. They're knocking on his door. Let us in, Bobby. Let us in, Bobby. Let us in. Let us in, Bobby. Answer that door now. We want your ass out of here. Get us in. Let us in. Let us in. He's on the phone. Somebody buy us. Somebody. Somebody. I need to sell this shit. They want me out. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire, bitch. Somebody sell this company. I got to be out of here. They want my ass roasted because I knew everything that was going on here. They're going to roast my ass in court. I'm done. And Phil Spencer comes walking in the door like a friggin' savior and says, Big Booty Bobby, I value your company more than what it's worth. And I will pay you $73 a share. And I will take all this away. Just sign right here, and I will bail you out, and you will ride the wave and will be paid, and I will own all of your assets. And Big Booty Bobby says, you got a deal. And that's what happened. And if you don't remember what happened, after this shit went down, Phil Spencer went on stage talking about how he's going to improve the culture over there. He's going to assess it and make sure that everything is status quo and going to be held up to Microsoft standards. We're going to fix this. We're aware of the issues over there, and we're going to make it better. That was month 1 of this thing, because in January they announced it, right? Then, as he's going on stage talking about this, his HoloLens team gets caught for grab-assing in HoloLens and in real life. And they fired the creator of HoloLens because he was grab-assing. Not good PR when you're trying to fix Activision and get that deal when HoloLens is caught that. Well, that dude is gone as well.
Put that cookie down now!
Game over.
And if you don't recall, the guy from HoloLens got fired. But if you remember how this went down, all of a sudden this kind of got washed under the rug, right? All the demand for him to step down as CEO, and Big Booty Bobby wound up riding the wave. He even became their spokesperson for the deal, allowed to go on TV shows and news places and talk about how the deal is great and how this is wonderful for them. And this will be a great opportunity, and even counter Sony's issues and issues with the regulators, and going like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. And Big Booty Bobby was able to walk around and be a spokesperson for the deal when they wanted him out a year ago. Then this guy, after the deal goes through last year in December, he gets his golden parachute, and him and Lulu go to the Bahamas. And Kotick got out with his golden money, paid off in full, retired, sitting drinking friggin' Mai Tais, and sold off his whole company to Phil Spencer and friends, and they scoped the shit out of them and laid off all those people, canceled the projects, shut down the studio, scoped all those people, all the Call of Duties, all that shit. Get it all down. Ybarra, president, gone. Ripped them all a new ass. And Bobby's sitting on a friggin' beach with his Ronald McDonald goddamn haircut, drinking friggin' Mai Tais, a fat Ronald McDonald. Tell me how this makes sense. The dude, if they didn't go in there and mess up this shit, Bobby would have been out of goddamn Activision by January 2022, the same year that Phil Spencer announced to buy Activision. There would have been a new CEO. He would have been gone. He would have been in court. The court that we would have been talking about last in 2022 would have been Bobby Kotick is going out of the company court. That's what we've been talking about. Instead, they left him there, and he got to cash out. The company wanted him out, walkouts. All the legal team, they just paid him off. And it all got shoved under the rug, and it all became about Call of Duty and Activision deals and FTC regulations, and this shit never came about. It was all just said there was hush money. Yeah, shut up. Hush money. We're in the middle of a big $1 billion deal. Shh. Take the money, we're done. Because it never came up. In all those court cases, nobody ever asked Phil and Satya. There were issues with culture there. How are you going to fix that? No. They asked, where are you putting Call of Duty, dumbass regulators? So tell me, who won in this whole deal? Better for everyone or better for Bobby? And that's what grinds my gears. This dude was out, and he manipulated the goddamn system, and Phil Spencer went over there, desperate as hell, and bought the stupid shit. And now he took all these games, and he's going to do whatever he wants with them and scope the shit out of them. And that's what we got to deal with. Microsoft paid for Booty Bobby's goddamn golden parachute. Yeah. And Lulu too. And you saw it. They all booked out. All booked out. And the people that got affected the most are the employees, the hard workers, the developers. Those are the people that got screwed. Those are the people on a Thursday afternoon, not even knowing what was going on. And those are the people that got screwed. Meanwhile, that stupid fat-ass Ronald McDonald son of a bitch is cashing out in pina coladas and drinking his ass off. And they had the balls to make Big Booty Bobby goddamn go on TV and promote this sale of this. That guy should have been in a bunker somewhere due to all these accusations and him knowing the shit that was going on. They wanted his ass out. Meanwhile, he comes on TV like he's a friggin' celebrity. Perm and all. Look, check out my new perm I got. Goddamn Big Booty Bobby. CNBC whoring his ass out. Oh, tell us about the deal. You shouldn't ever say a word, dude. They wanted you roasted. And they bought you your golden parachute. There he is. Look. Man on the run. Man on the run. They got him. Catch his ass. Where is he? Get him. Where are they? Get him. Booty on the run. Bobby on the run. He was on the run. And Phil gave him a safe house. Make it make sense, grinders. Make it make sense. He was on the run. And Phil gave him the safe house, an Xbox house. They got him. He was hiding in bunkers and shit. And Phil's like, come here, I'll get you a safe house. Phil saved him. Tell us about it. They walked out Tuesday. Following the Journal report, Bobby knew about sexual misconduct claims at the company and didn't inform his board of directors for years. For years. Grinders for years, it says. They gathered in front of the campus, one major studio that made up Blizzard, beginning at noon and protesting in several demands, including Kotick to be replaced and the company undergo a review. They had him. And then Bobby got that call. He got that call. And he's like, where is it? And Bobby was on the run. And he got the call. He's like, oh man, they found me. I'm dead to rights. Bobby Kotick is done. He's done. The cops got him pinned. And then all of a sudden, somebody picks up the phone. And it's like, you rang, and he picks up the phone, and then Bobby goes like this.
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer, baby, let's go! Yes! 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 Yes!
That's the recording right there. That's how Bobby reacted when Phil Spencer called him to say he's going to buy him out. I got the recording. I told you, I got my insiders. I got my sources. It's a whole movie swag, man. I gotta tell you, this is better than the Minecraft movie. Told you. There it is. And that was the phone call. Got them afternoon tea time with the Grindhouse. So anyway, guy had it. This is ridiculous. You can't write your reply twist. Savior called him. Hit that like button, grinders. These stories are real. They really happened. I'm telling you, they really happened. It really happened. I can't imagine. I'm sure that's his reaction when Phil called him up and said, I'll buy a company. Oh, man. Oh, man.
It's in the name. Yeah, it's the Xbox.
That's right. It's the Xbox. They'll save him. So, yeah. So about that video, let's go. We think we're entertained. Hit that like button, grind. Over 300 people in here on an impromptu games grindhouse on a Friday. Hit that like button because now we got the video of the century. So we know what happened now. Who they let go, all this stuff. And I'm sure more is to come. It was in disarray. Jason Schreier went on Bloomberg and said, you know, people didn't even know what was going on. It's horrible. And I think it's so pissed off that the hardworking people are the ones that get screwed and the executives are the ones that cash out. And I know it's business. I know it's corporations. I know what it is. It sucks. But we as consumers buy from these corporations. And I just think that it's just sucks when we miss out on shit like canceled games. And what does the future hold? What does the future hold? They scoped the hell out of these studios. They want a small dynamic team like the Initiative to assist in Call of Duty development? You want these people, you want this to be nurtured and bigger and better with Microsoft finances. You don't want to see...
You just made the list!
You don't want to see this shit get wild. You don't want to see this get scoped down less than just do what you did before and let us ride it out the wave. Shout out to Stonewall with the 5 gifted grinders. Here they come. Niku's coming on in here. Just wait. Got it. Nassim. Welcome to the VIPs. Akeem. Welcome.
You just made the list.
Oh, man. Somebody says to cancel Prime. Cancel your Prime. That's right. If you don't like it, cancel Prime. If it has no value to you,
just made the list.
Cancel Prime. That's right. Thank you, Stonewall. So let's go look at this video because this is the thing that I think just adds more wood
you just made the list.
to the fire. Well, I don't know if Walmart has a video like this just 2 months ago. Would you listen to it, grinders? Hit that like button. So when they purchased them, that whole hugging and kissing grandmas and all that other stuff. Look, Hog with the 1 gift amendment. Go to Dan S. Thank you so much, man. We're almost there. But yeah, Walmart's horrible. 2 months ago, we saw
made the list.
What happened. He went over there to Blizzard, shaking hands, all that other stuff, giving people hope. But he wasn't done because also 2 months ago, what's up, Kyle? How you doing, man? He did this. Now, knowing what we know now and what they have done now to their studios over at Activision and who they let go and who has gone. Shout out Crooked Vulture, the gaming going to Gino. Gino Pizzas, Gino DeMarco. Hey, that's a good name. I like that name. He's in the VIP Grindhouse. Use those emojis, Gino.
You just made the list.
Gino. Hey. So, knowing what we know now, listen to this video. It needs a proper introduction. And of course, it involves yours truly.
Bill Spencer! Bill Spencer!
And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the video.
Yes! Yes!
There he is.
Yes!
Let's listen to what Phil had to say at BlizzCon of 2023, 2 months ago. Hit that like, yeah, there we go. I'll let it run.
Thank you, Mike. And hello, everybody, BlizzCon. This is my first BlizzCon ever. And it's great to feel the energy in the room. You are the reason we make games. Your love for these games truly is inspiring. I recently have spent so much time playing Diablo 4 with my friends. Season 2 is awesome. And I can tell you that I can't wait for you to see what the team has planned for that game. It's going to be awesome. Blizzard occupies a special place in the gaming industry, for me as well. Throughout Blizzard's history, they've pioneered and refined so much across the gaming industry, and many of you here today have been a part of that journey. Think of Diablo. It propelled the action RPG genre forward. StarCraft spawned the foundation of what esports would eventually become. And with StarCraft 2, it was a major catalyst for the evolution of games as live entertainment. World of Warcraft changed not only how people developed and supported games, but really it introduced a much wider audience to the concept of online communities. And Overwatch not only reimagined gameplay, but also the representation possible in class-based shooters. Blizzard's influence is everywhere, and because of its enduring legacy and phenomenal revolutionary development, with a care and a craft that is incredibly rare in this industry. Our commitment at Xbox is to bring more great games to more players in more places. And now that Blizzard is part of Xbox, we will nurture the essence of what has made Blizzard unique. We're going to empower our new colleagues in a culture of trust, inclusion, and collaboration to continue what they do best, redefining existing genres, creating new, never-before-seen experiences, and uniting players globally in new ways, in Azeroth, in Sanctuary, in near-future Earth, and beyond. It has been a privilege to welcome the teams at Blizzard to Xbox, and I'm honored to be able to be here to help welcome all of you to BlizzCon 2023. Having seen what's in store for players, I can say the future of Blizzard is brighter than ever. And you all have so much to look forward to in this show. So I'll get out of here, let you see the show. Thanks everyone for the warm reception, and have a great time at BlizzCon. Let you see the show. Thanks everyone for the warm reception, and have a great time at BlizzCon.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
I told you. I told you. How hard is it to watch that video after what just happened? Nurture, grow, empower, bring new stuff. You canceled the new stuff. You hyped up all their IP for what? Like 2 months ago. This is not a year ago. This is 2 months ago. The same time that you were over there. How much? That's what I mean. Like, you have that whole audience of people hoping and saying, all right, Xbox is gonna, and I think it's so funny that he says Xbox is not doing anything. It's Microsoft. Why are you saying Xbox? Xbox is not. What are you talking about? Xbox didn't buy them. Microsoft bought them, not Xbox. But he had to say it. Log Hog, member for 8 months VIP. Damn snake oil salesman Phil makes me sick. Like, how does that not just get under your skin? How does that not grind your gears? Nurture, grow, embrace, confidence, trust. He's been talking about trust for gamers for a long time. Meanwhile, he goes out and proceeds to release games that fail to make the mark and promise that we'll fix it later or cancel stuff later. But that was him addressing the Blizzard fans at BlizzCon, introduced by Mike Ybarra. And I don't think I need to say more about it. It spoke for itself. And yeah, there he goes.
And now that Blizzard is part of Xbox,
Yeah.
we will nurture the essence
Nurture
of what
the
has
essence.
made Blizzard unique.
Nurture the essence that made Blizzard unique. So when you see the people that have left or being let go, do you have to question, well, wait, if you're going to nurture the essence of it, if the essence is gone, what essence are you talking about? Get your applause. Loves himself.
We're going to empower our new colleagues in a culture of trust, inclusion, and collaboration.
Now, we're going to empower our employees with inclusion, trust, and collaboration. First off, how do you do trust when you just let go of all these people? They didn't even know what was going on. Yeah. What about the people that are there? You think they're going to sit there and work super hard and wonder if their day will be coming up? If Microsoft could just come in and just say goodbye, what does that do to the culture of the rest of the people that stay at Blizzard? Dude, they just came in here and foul sweeped and canceled a project, dude. What happens if they just do this in another 6 months? How do you keep hope and engagement with those people there and trust what you just said when you just went in there clean sweep 2 months later? What does that do to the perception of everybody who's still there?
To continue what they do best, redefining existing genres, creating new, never-before-seen experiences, and uniting players globally in new ways.
And the president of all that, of that vision, is gone. Ybarra leaving. The president, the person who's worked there for a few years, became president, and was said that he had to be pulled out screaming in order to leave. He's gone.
In Azeroth, in Sanctuary, in near future Earth, and beyond. It has been a privilege to welcome the teams at Blizzard to Xbox, and I'm honored to be able to be here to help welcome all of you to BlizzCon 2023.
It says enough. Like, it is ridiculous. And when I watch this, knowing what we know now, it is it. There's no other word to describe it. It is.
Fullness.
That's what it is. Man's been doing it for years right now. All over the place. And there you go. So, Grinders, what do you think? Mike Ybarra, like, what did he say? What did Ybarra say? When Jason Schreier said he spoke to him, he said that he'll have to be dragged out of there. Like, you have to drag me out of here. Right? What did he say? But this video, nobody pulled this up. I'm like, guys, he basically did the total opposite of everything he promised that he was not going to do. And what is the future? To come back to this. Nostradamus. With the 5, he goes, you know how Microsoft gets down? Motto should be golden parachute for execs, golden showers for the rest. Oh my God. It sucks. The hard workers are the ones that get screwed. And I know it happens everywhere. But when it affects our gaming, and games get canceled, like I was pissed off about the Uncharted, the whole what Naughty Dog has been doing and canceling games, because that affects us. That affects us as consumers. And now it's like, well, what are we going to do here? And the hypocrisy on the internet, and again, I don't really like going about what people said, but people promoted this whole thing and thinking like this was going to be better for us, better for Activision. Like Microsoft was the savior. And if this shows anything, Microsoft is, this whole thing is, they did this layoff stuff. This whole thing is conforming. It goes right back to what Booty was doing. This whole thing is to conform these studios. And if you remember, I've always asked, why do they need to buy the entire publisher? if it was about bringing Nostradamus, Veja, Maniolus, Corey, Supermod, what's up, man? Extreme
You're
Game.
my
If it's
number
about
one
bringing
customer.
you games, El Nini, T. Harris, if it's about bringing you games to Game Pass, to your platform, they did it before with Epic. They never owned Gears, and they brought you the trilogy without even owning an ounce of Epic Studios. They brought you Call of Duty map packs exclusively months before without even owning an ounce of Activision. They brought you Mass Effect without even owning the company, the studio. They brought you BioShock. They brought you all these games, Titanfall exclusively, without any acquisition at all for Respawn. If it was about bringing games to you, and that's the thing that we care about, then why do they need to own the entire publisher? One, because they're not going to put those games. It costs too much for them. You saw how much it took to pay for Lego Star Wars. They don't want these companies making these games that are like $10 million or whatever like that. And then they go to Phil, and then Phil's like, I want this in Game Pass. And they're like, you got to give us $5 million to put this in Game Pass. You saw how much it cost to put Devil May Cry 4 in Game Pass. It was like millions of dollars for Capcom, for Phil Spencer to spend. They don't want that. They don't want to get off the shelf and pay a top rate to get it in Game Pass, because that doesn't do anything for the month. They need longevity. They need recurring content. One game in Game Pass ain't going to do it. If they spend $5 million and give it to Capcom to say, all right, we'll put Devil May Cry in Game Pass. No. And they don't want people making those games. So what they need to do, and this is my thought, they need to own the publisher, so now they could scope it at the top and make sure that the budget and everything stays in line for where the game will be distributed to Game Pass. That's the whole reason why you own a publisher. You go in there to say, okay, right when you're starting, this is how much you have to spend, and this is where it's going. So therefore, the problem exists that I have. You're making games for the service and not games for the gamer or for the art. You're not allowing the vision to, yes, there's a budget on everything, but you're not allowing the game to be what it needs to be. Instead, you're scoping the game from inception to make sure that it fits the Game Pass model. That's the only reason why they would buy a whole ass publisher. Because look, just a perfect example, Sony did not need to buy Bethesda or ZeniMax or anything to get exclusive Deathloop or Ghostwire Tokyo year exclusives. They didn't have to go to court at all. If it was about just bringing games, you don't need to own the publisher, but you got to own the publisher. Why? And now we are seeing it. They got to scope them down. They'd have too much staff working on Call of Duty, skim them down. We'll use contractors later. There's rumors now that Microsoft's focusing on just using contractors to build up these games when they're about to release, saving money. But we've seen with 343 what happens when you bring in contractors. They don't have the knowledge, they don't have the scope, they don't have the history of the thing to make it better. It's all piecemeal, and that's what we got with Halo Infinite. And look at what the initiative is. They never grew the initiative more than 40 people, and half of them left. But the initiative was built to just be this closed dynamic group consultants and have other people like Crystal Dynamics make the game. Microsoft wants small, flexible developers, and then we'll resource them with contractors later to fill in the missing pieces. And now the games show up the way they do. I wonder if contractors were part of Forza Motorsport, and that's why that just didn't make it at launch. And still, like, maybe that's their strategy. Cheap development to cut costs because this game is going into a service. And that is why I don't like it at all. I never liked it. That's why all these games going in a service is not good for us. You think you're gonna get incredible $10 million budget games? Yes, that might not be the norm for the industry or sustainable for the industry. But I love playing them. But if all the games are destined to be in that service. They're not going to, like I said before, nobody's going to spend thousands of dollars of ingredients to give you to make a burger and give you that burger for $1. They'll be out all the money. That's not sustainable. So if you're going to make a game, you better make sure that it has the scope and it has the budget to fit a Game Pass model. Either give it over time, make a big game and slice it up. But that's why you need to own a whole ass publisher. That's my thought. And we're seeing the scoping has begun. They went into Activision and scoped the hell out of them, small them, fine teams, scope them down. We don't need 50 people sitting around making the next Call of Duty. Do 25, and then when it comes time for production, I'll get you a couple of contractors and we'll fill in the missing pieces. And there you go. And then when we said, like, we didn't like this deal and things like that, it was all this. Let's go look at our good friend
Activision Blizzard
here.
Merges with Microsoft. There are
Dude, this was funny. I thought this was funny. I have to share this because I thought this was a definitely a funny little thing here. Our good friend Destin. Dude, the guy looks like he's poor guy looks like
suddenly going to pick up the torch and figure out what to do anymore.
Look at the difference.
We don't know what's going to happen when Activision Blizzard merges with Microsoft. There are fears about that. But I don't think 343 is suddenly going to pick up the torch and figure out what to do with World of Warcraft. It's been about a year since the Bethesda merger, and as far as I know, there have not been layoffs at Bethesda. So really, what are you doing here? Is this is just fear-mongering? There's no basis for it.
Well, that's what's happened. 1,900 people laid off at Microsoft. I'm very sorry to hear that. If you were affected and you happen to watch this channel for some reason, my heart goes out to you, and I do wish you the best with your future endeavors.
When there were concerns of layoffs, it was called fear-mongering. Right? Instead of people going, you know what, that may happen. Instead of acknowledging it, and say, you know what, maybe there are downfalls of this merger. Maybe there are things that are going to affect people. Maybe why does Microsoft need to own the whole publisher? For what reason? If it's just about bringing games to more people, then not only do they make the games, but Microsoft could go and buy the games to put into their service. Why do they know and need to buy the entire publisher and control the fate of all the people that work under that umbrella? Nobody asked that reason. I did. We did. You came here. We're like, dude, this is not good stuff. Why does this need to happen? If you asked why, you were a pony. You were a fearmonger. And you know what? Blow it out your ass, dude. Because the thing is that everything that we've concerned of, it shows that Microsoft doesn't know their way. I've shown all the pivots. They do not know what they're doing. And in their wrath of trying to figure it out, they're screwing us in this whole thing. That's the issue. We're getting less. We're getting lack of quality. We are getting the sorries and we'll fix it later. We heard you. Quality is important. Trust is important. All this bullshit. We're getting this dude on stage lying about nurturing and growing and being better and doing what they do best. Dude, you released the heart and soul of the companies. And you want to know what? We've been through this before, everybody. What about Rare? Has Rare ever been what it was under Nintendo with Microsoft? Nope. Have they brought back their IP better? It goes back to them when they purchased Rare. Has Rare ever done? Viva Pinata was the best thing that ever happened to Rare, and Microsoft won't revisit that. But all their IP, Conker, Banjo, did they ever make it better or make it worthwhile? Make it their mascot? They never did. Toys for Bob. They were supposed to bring back Banjo. They were going to work on Crash Bandicoot. Just look at what they do. They purchased Silicon Knights. They were going to make a trilogy. Remember the trilogy that they made? Well, I think that was more on the developer. But Silicon Knights. Too Human. was supposed to be a trilogy. That was another purchase from Nintendo. Meanwhile, they made that game. They made that. Oh damn! What was that game? Into the Darkness. What was that game on the Nintendo GameCube that Silicon Knights made? I forgot it off the top of my tongue. What was it? Oh damn! What the hell was it? Somebody in the chat knows. But that's what they made before. Then they made Too Human. They botched it up. That was on the Microsoft Too Human. We've seen them before and not know how to manage. They made Rare stop making avatars. Yeah, Too Human, but Silicon Knights made an incredible game on the GameCube before they were purchased by Microsoft. That's how I knew about them, because their game was incredible. It would freak out your computer, your TV input, and do all that. Eternal Darkness. Thank you, Sam. Eternal Darkness, dude. That was Silicon Knights. Then Microsoft bought them. And then you look at Minecraft. Minecraft, they're just riding the wave. They're riding the wave. That's a game. I want that to come back. Is that in the... that's not in the Nintendo, right? The Nintendo Online. Is Eternal Darkness in there? I would love that in there. I don't think so, because I think Microsoft owns it. I don't know. But it's just they ride the wave of Minecraft. And I think Minecraft showed them like, hey, guys, we don't need to be reinventing the wheel. Just buy something that's already out there, that's already on everything, and we just kind of just do updates. 30 updates for Minecraft. You see us? Yay! Content updates. 29 content updates on Halo Infinite. Yay! We'll just do updates. We'll have 10 people work on updates. We're not trying to make the next best thing for us, the gamers. Nah, why not? Why? Just buy something that's somewhere else, and we'll just keep the lights on and just do content updates. We could use about 10 people to fix that. Oh, it's canceled, Ixie. Ah, damn. I love Eternal Darkness. Is freaking incredible. I love that game. That game, the fact that I remember that stuff, that game held, that was awesome, because it stepped that. It would mess up your controller, like if you got scared. Like it actually changed. It made you mess up in real life. Like it changed your input to your TV. It made it look like your input was changing when your insanity was crazy because you were getting scared. Awesome. Where's that innovation, man? We need that. But they're not. That's right, Mark. They're not creative. They're not. And they're even less now. But you hear the video. You see what they've done. And now you gotta say, what's the future? Well, what is the future? What are they going to do? Yes, that Dog Zone says Nintendo still owns the rights to Eternal Darkness and the patent for the game's unique sanity meter. Precursor Games was in communication with Nintendo, who was supportive of the project. Oh, man. We could use one of those, man. That definitely, man. Eternal Darkness. That was awesome. If we could find it, man. That was a GameCube game. And that's right. Sony doesn't know how to make a Call of Duty. Nah. No, they don't. Well, it looks like Microsoft don't know how to continue a Call of Duty, because they let go of all their staff. Like, who knows what Call of Duty is going to be? Content updates, maybe. You think they're going to do what Call of Duty was already? They said that Consumptive Soul. They said that he was working on some unknown studio in his history for the head of Call of Duty is gone. But I don't know. It is really concerning, about who they let go. Like a lot of these heart and soul, the people behind the craft that you would think you would want to kind of nurture and grow and make it better. Like that's why because all we heard was how this was going to be better. Microsoft makes everybody better. They're saving them and making them better. Well, do you think this is making people better? We just got a canceled game already from 6 years in project. The president of Blizzard is gone. They left the whole head of Call of Duty. They have shuttered half their Call of Duty studios and Toys for Bob. Oof, that don't sound better than me. They make Redfall better? Owning Bethesda? Starfield was better? They delayed them. But everybody, was Redfall better? Some people think Redfall was good. New clip. Get ready.
Game of the generation.
A lot of hate. It's not a bad game. It's, you know, a AA game at best. I would look at it like a 7, maybe. You know.
Oh man, I was laughing so hard at that thing. That guy's laugh.
Game of the generation.
A lot of hate. It's not a bad game. It's, you know, a AA game at best. I would look at it like a 7, maybe. You know.
So, anyway. Dude, that guy laughing is hilarious on that one. Oh, live on my grinds, boy. That's where you're going to live. But grind is, yeah. So, again, it's the executives that cashed out and made on this deal. It is the games that were canceled, the heart and soul that could be lost in this. And I wish everybody finds new jobs or creates their own studio and makes something better than ever. Because now you could have the opportunity to do that. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't think under the Microsoft umbrella, there's room for success. They're looking for productivity. They're looking for just quantity to get stuff into their service. And I don't think they have the eye for what quality is because they haven't hit it in a long time. And you want to know what? He's been talking about it, but he talked on stage about it. And you could tell 2 months old, this guy was promising all the things we wanted to hear. Meanwhile, in the back of his head, he knew exactly what they were going to do. And 2 months later, he just ripped them all apart. And that's messed up. So I don't know how you could trust anything that comes out of the mouth. And again, talk is cheap. And that's all he does is talk, and talk instead of doing and showing and having us experience it. So until they do that, you come here and we cash out on that Phil Ness. That's right, Phil. We're coming for you and that dirty ass booty.
Oh no! We suck again!
Philness.
That's right, grinders. So grinders, hit that like button. And thank you again for all your support. And keep it locked here to the Gaming Grind House. And with that, get him off my screen. And there will be more to cover in this whole thing. I'm sure there's more to come. But I might be playing Tekken. So keep it locked here and do some streaming. I might be playing some Tekken 8 there. So we will see. Yep, no talk, no action. That's the Phil Ness. That's what it is, dude. It's all talk. It's been all talk, man. What's up, Tool? Sorry, we're just wrapping up, man. But go back and listen to the video and watch that video that I showed near the end. And Supermod, if you could put the timestamps on there, I greatly appreciate it, man. I appreciate all you do, man, Supermod, on that. Cash out, right? But Grinders, thank you again. Good show. Thank you so much, everybody. And with that, you know what? We talked about booty today. Phil's interrupting me.
It's in the name. Yeah, it's the Xbox.
Oh, damn. Scoping booties. Here he comes.
Let's see that booty drop. Booty drop. Mr. Yellow Chair.
Stop. Enough.
Thanks again, Grinders. Talk to you guys later. Hit that like. See you later. Subscribe if you're new, Grinders. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to 3,000. Let's do it. And shout out. Oh, I forgot before I say goodbye. We got to thank the VIP Grinders in the house. Thank you again, VIP Grinders. The wall is growing. I will have to add the new ones from today and this week. But thank you again, VIP Grinders. Shout out to you. Later, everybody. Thanks again.